All right, it's a little better, guys. It's a little better. Oh. Breaking news situation developing. I want to get to this right away because this is coming out of the G20 summit. This is coming right out of the G20 summit. Anthony Blinken, the Secretary of State of the United States, decided to go over on the sideline there and kind of off to the side and have a meeting with his counterpart of China. And this was very interesting. Discussion went on there as World War III actually was on the table. And I want to tell you all about that in just a second. First of all, www.healthwithpaul.com. That's www.healthwithpaul.com. Guys, BioTrust has put together an awesome multi-collagen supplement that is amazing. It's ageless, it's tasteless, it's odorless. You'll be insanely awesome when you get the collagen built back up. Guys, seriously, get some stamina now. It's time. At our age, we need a little help, okay? We need to make sure we get the wrinkles out, get the joints loosened up, get ready to run, get ready to No, there's no human collagen in this. Never. It's plant, egg, and fish collagen. Just go to www.healthwithpaul.com. That's www.healthwithpaul.com. All right. So that's are you serious? No, this is not Saturday Night Live. Although I should be a guest there. I would get the gospel out. With a little bit of humor. I get it out. Okay, now let me tell you what's happening. Man, I'm thirsty. I had a Schnitzel for lunch. Some really nice people from church took me out for lunch and just awesome, great fellowship, and I had a Schnitzel. Now, does anybody know what a Schnitzel is? Because if you're from Germany, you know. Man, there's a place here that has a great Schnitzel. And they took, to Wolf. I'll tell you the name of the restaurant. It's Wolfgang Puck. Wolfgang Puck. Nice restaurant. They took me there for pastor appreciation, along with Pastor Melvin and his wife. And Cecil and Betty. I really appreciate that. And it was really good. And the Schnitzel was amazing. But it was so big that I could only eat half. So I brought the other half home to have a Schnitzel sandwich. Be careful. Be careful now. A schnitzel, a schnitzel. I can't even say the name of the sandwich. It's a sandwich. I'm going to make a sandwich, okay? Oh, man. But they are good, really, seriously. Okay. Let me... I'm talking about almost World War III here, guys. Why do you have me off track? Oh, by the way, do you like this shirt? I got this shirt. I don't know where exactly. Heidi got it for me, and she said, "Here, you need to wear this." And I looked at it. I thought, man, that thing is busy. You know, I mean, that's super busy. I'm from the cornfields of Indiana. How do I wear a shirt like that? But down here, you can get away with it. Down here, you can get away with it. You know, it's still warm. You know, you pair of shorts, put on the shirt, put the shades on. You're ready to go. All right, let me tell you what's going on with China, okay? Is Billy Night Train in the house? Oh, praise God. I don't know if he is or not. Praise God. Okay, China. Anthony Blinken, the Secretary of State of the United States, Anthony Blinken warns China against a unilateral action regarding Taiwan. Here's what we got. Here's what we found out. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken told his Chinese counterpart on Sunday that the United States opposed actions by China that have increased tensions across the Taiwan Strait, according to a senior State Department official. Now, during an hour-long meeting on the sidelines, Anthony Blinken with the Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi were on the sidelines of the Group 20 summit when Blinken made it crystal clear that Washington opposes any unilateral changes by Beijing to the status quo there. It's supposed to be one country, two systems. Now, a recent increase in Chinese military exercises in Taiwan and air defense identification zone are part of this. Why they've stepped up the military harassment that's been going on by China. China claims that the island is part of its own territory and views any foreign intervention on Taiwan's behalf as interference in its own domestic affairs. But the United States wants to manage the intense competition between the world's two largest economies responsibly, the State Department official said, adding that both sides acknowledge that open lines of communication are paramount. Now, while the United States is like most countries, has no formal ties with Taiwan, Washington is the island's most important international backer and main arms supplier, and is required by law to provide it with the means to defend itself. The United States has long followed a policy of strategic ambiguity, or on whether it would intervene militarily to protect Taiwan in the event of a Chinese attack. Though U.S. President Joe Biden said last week that it would come to Taiwan's defense if necessary. I don't know if I believe Joe. Mr. President, with all due respect, after the debacle in Afghanistan, I don't believe that you're going to go and defend the democracy and the freedom of the Taiwan people. I just don't believe it. Does anybody believe it? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's a different deal here. Now, he has not said he would come to Israel's defense. He has not said he would come to Poland's defense. He has not said he would come to the UK's defense, although everyone assumes he would. But I just don't feel, do you feel that Biden would actually come to a military defense of Taiwan and against China? I don't see it. Blinken, though, made clear that Washington has not changed its one China policy regarding Taiwan. Now, Blinken and Wang did not discuss a recent Chinese hypersonic weapons, and that test that the military experts say appears to show that Beijing pursuit of an Earth orbiting system designed to evade American missiles defenses has been established. So we don't know anything about if that was talked about or not. We don't know. But certainly, the world, when you start talking about World War III, and I remember Dr. Urban Baxter kept telling me that World War III was coming sooner rather than later. He said to me, I believe, Paul, that what's called Psalms 83 war is really just a verbal war. A confederacy is formed against Israel, and then it spins into a Gog and Magog, which is a Middle East war against Israel. But then that will trigger Revelation 9 and World War III. And he believes that is, so you can look out for Gog and Magog, and then a whole world get involved, okay? And he sees this coming after the peace treaty or during the process, maybe even during the beginning of the building of the third temple, or maybe just before they build it. They may sign an agreement, then it may blow up. They're going to say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh. So these are the things that we're watching and keeping an eye on. I think that Dr. Baxter is very, very, I believe he's correct on this. And I tell you, it's taken me, he's been dead almost a year now. He died on election day last November. And it's taken almost a year. And he told me this. And he told me this back in, I think it was September or so on the phone. we were talking about this very subject because the Abraham Accords was in process. This was last fall, just before the election, and all of this was happening. And he said to me, go to Revelation chapter 9, Paul, and there's a war here that takes place. And the location of it, of course, is along the Euphrates River. And there's a 200 million man army. And I heard the number there. There's 200,000 thousands. And I heard the number there, which is 200 million. And so he said, that war there is not Armageddon. Armageddon is when Jesus fights the armies of Lucifer in the same valley, though, the valley of Megiddo. Well, the battle of Gog and Magog is fought in the valley of Megiddo, okay? But that's not the same battle. Gog and Magog is not Armageddon. Gog and Magog is one war. It's a regional war between the Israelis and the Arab nations surrounding it. But then it expands into a more global war with a 200 million man army involved. So I believe that Dr. Baxter's correct on this process. Psalms 83 is a verbal war, gets so ugly between nations. It spins into a regional war in the Middle East along the Babylon River there of the Euphrates. And it then accelerates into World War III. And that could be over a period of time, maybe during a 13-month period. Who knows? Maybe a 2-year, 3-year period. But we're going to keep an eye on this as we move further, as we're getting closer and closer to fulfilling biblical prophecy. Let's keep our eyes wide open. We're praying, guys, one for another. It's going to be a good broadcast tonight. You don't want to miss Sunday Night Live. I look so forward to being with you tonight, and I'll be at the studios here in the Villages in Florida, and Israel Hall will be helping me produce this broadcast. Now, continue to pray for Sister Heidi as she is in Indiana, and the family and the funeral that's getting ready to come up, and all of the things that's happening there. Pray for my family, my daughter-in-law, Leanne, my son, Brock, and my 3 grandchildren, that this is their grandmother, okay? This would be Brock's mother-in-law that has passed, and she went on to be with the Lord. I'll see you guys tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. We're living in the last days. Boy, Melvin preached a great message today also at ffctv.info on critical grace theory. Praise God. Are you saved? Are you serious?